Hey everyone, as usual, a new set is coming out for JP, and that means we make some decks that are preliminary decks. They're not the end result, they're just the beginning. It's the beginning of the journey, so it's just one place for you to start, and then you can make them better. Okay? Things like triggers and all that, you can change up pretty easily, and then also, like, you know, I think Regulus pieces as well, is a lot of it's up to you. But yeah, like I always say, this is the beginning. I know people get mad when I don't give them the best deck lists at the beginning of the set release, but it is what it is. So we'll go through all the ones that got new grade 3s, and go from there. So first off, we have I think this is called the Savages, right? The Dragon Empire Savages. Fortunately, this is a pretty boring deck. You basically wipe your board to get a bunch of effects, and then you can also like call things out from the top deck. But so what that means is we need to run stuff that like either makes stuff or comes back. So in terms of things like that, we have, you know, the cabbage dual nation. This one creates the token, and then we have its own support, which can come back when it gets retired. But we can also run Shura, right? So these two cards will let us make more attacks after our Vanguard attack. And then also the energy cycler works pretty well because this can call back stuff, and then also serve as like an extra card, like during to use your energy with, and then during your, like when you discard it during the ride lines and guard, you can get more cards. So that's always nice to have because it's a deck that retires its own stuff, so life can get hard. In terms of what else we're running Shenris, which can make more soul, which kind of fuels this card as well to get more cards. So that's all nice and dandy. Some good early game is also nice as well. For the trigger lineup, unfortunately, running draws in this day and age, running draws feels really bad, but because this is a deck that does retire a lot and doesn't fully benefit for fronts, I think running draws is maybe needed. I mean, you can change that. And then things like the Fire Regulus, just calling free stuff out. The defensing, I mean, you only can run one defensing. I guess like where things might be a bit different is just the order lineup. We are running the Scarlet Flame order. You might be running why you're running this, even though you're not really, like, you're not an Overlord deck. Many decks, Dragon Empire decks, just run this because it procs anything that requires an order. Because the first effect still exists. It lets you kind of filter your hand, as well as like retiring something or giving like plus 5k kind of thing. So and it can start going off at like grade 1. So overall, it can just kind of keep on going. I am running one copy of this the boost hostage order is what people call it, simply because it does proc all your Shenris, and because the ratios of like grade 1s and 2s here is really whack, you can just play this down on one of your turns and then start boosting with random thing, right? Like the only ones you have is like a Shenri, and then probably like the plant token. But if you just make like, sometimes because you need to retire things for this deck, and you can make like a board full of junk, you sometimes just have like a 2 in a grade 2 or something in a really random position. So if you can get some value from that, I think that's fine too. So yeah, overall, those are the choices. Like, it's not searchable, but hey, it's like, if you get it, you get it, you know. Next we have is the like Djeweled deck. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, like most of these the decks from this set are pretty uninspiring. I'll throw that out there. This is Djeweled Magnus, the new grade 3. It's not that good. I think it's a perfect replacement for your old Djeweled. You run the new Djeweled ride line, and then you immediately just go into an Ignis deck. Okay, what were you running in previous Ignis stuff? It was something like, you know, your restanders, stuff that calls stuff out, stuff that makes soul. It's all that stuff. Okay, it's all that stuff. You can probably replace this with like a Bifrons if you really want. That's also like a CB user, and then some Tiz cards, and you have your Ace units. So that's kind of like just old school Ignis, right? Or maybe even new school, because they got some new stuff. But that's about it. Like, where's your energy expenditure here, and then your new restander. So like, is that it? That's it. Like, there's nothing too insane. Like your Regulus piece, 4-bit all, because you're a grade 4 deck. Why not just go full Magnus? Because I think the reality is just Ignis is just better. Like, you ride up, you get the same amount of drive checks, you get more attacks. You wipe it back. I think wiping the back row is like pretty good. So yeah, overall, it is what it is. I run one Rockagore. This is like your flex slot. It can literally be anything. You can run more stuff. You can even run a Magnus, to be honest. You can run another Djeweled Magnus in case you like miss and things like that. It is a Djeweled name, so it works well in Soul, your Ignis and all that. So, like, Rocket Girl can be anything. I'm just running one extra, just so there's like you can kind of try and make sure you're getting like multi-attacks all the time, but yeah, it literally could be anything. So that's that. Next we have is this Liel, new Liel. So this is actually, I just looked at Bear's list, a preliminary list he made, and I went, look, this is probably where I want to be when I'm playing, when I'm testing this deck at the beginning. If you don't know who Bear is, he is a very, very good player. He has won like JP like Worlds, for example, before. So was it Worlds or National? One of those. But he's from Hong Kong, a really, really good player, really friendly guy. And I mean, yeah, if I see a list from him, I'll be going, seems pretty good. One of the new things with the new Liel is that like this deck seems to use quite a bit of CB. If you make the multi-attacks, you always need 1 CB. Gabrielis needs like 1 CB for the drive check. But although other cards need CB, those two are basically the only 2 cards that need it. So if you think about it, then you go, oh, then the CB expenditure for this deck is like way lower. Valtrosa does use a CB for her effect, but I think the main usage that you're running this at 2 is just to put back copies. Like put back stuff so you can call out with the Liel. The first effect is, I don't think you'll use it that much, and that's all the CB usage. What other things you're running is you're running some old Liels. This is great, just PG, like extra PGs is always good. You just auto in the like Bling the Mind matchups, anything that has Sentinel Restrict. This one, I thought, like, if you were to change something up, you might change one of these, the Carbuncles to an extra copy of this. This gives you, like, 1 extra energy charge, and if you don't know, like, Liel's skill, she's an Energy Blast 4. So it's slightly unique, so it does make you want to run, like, this and this just combo, so you always have that energy. But if you think about it properly, the energy expenditure right now in this deck is very low, and the game is not going to last so long where you're going to run out of energy unless you like Energy Blast 7. If you do, then that's your own fault, right? But I don't think the game is going to last that long where you're going to run out of energy that you can't use the Liel skill. So this is just like good to have, but it does have its unique usage where it does give you a whole, all your like front row rear guards extra power to make your like, you know, turn slightly bigger. So there will be turns where you want this when you're doing it like a big turn. And then other things will just be like more Liel support, you know, checks top deck, gets like power and things like that. And then you also have your Sergon, which is pretty much a staple at this point. And then also the new, it's basically new Ketapile. Okay, this is your replacement Wisdom. It's really good, but you run it with TF. TF just makes TFL runs it, gets a bunch of power as well and calls things. So go quick, go rush, push damage, and I mean it's just do Keta things, right? We also have Natle. I feel like this deck is just missing like support. I mean, it's the first set it's out really, and it's like a 4 attack deck. You turn you have a bunch of like Paradise cards, and you call these things out from like a Nanaclear's effect, or you can get the order, and then that's basically that's the key thing, right? That's the key thing. You have to make sure that you have enough of the Paradise cards in your deck. If you grab this, you can like reveal it and then draw another card. So ideally you want to put these back, and then you can like hit them more and then draw more cards, kind of that thing. Yeah, this also gives like one of your Paradise cards, like when it restands, gets crit and 5k. That effect seems like kind of lame. If you're able to like call things from the readout circle, like from one of the other effects, that's the main one you'll do. Okay, you just keep on calling things, and I mean that's kind of it. Like honestly, I think this deck is just not very good at the beginning. We're running the super generic just to like make early boards to kind of push with, and then you can kind of draw cards that like cash it in. But yeah, like there's nothing too insanely cool about this deck. It's just your 4 attack deck, and make 1 card that you're restanding bigger so you can double dip the power. That's why we also run like 1 Tideline Dragon, but literally can be anything else. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much nothing too insane. I'm not gonna, yeah. All the Stoichea decks this time have been pretty awful. Just like this one. This is the new Graphia. Don't forget it got a new grade 3. When I look at this deck, I'm very uninspired when looking at this deck. When I look at this deck, I just go, I could replace 2 cards here, and like it's support, and then I have like a bad, you know, this just looks like a bad Leonor deck, right? Like replace this, replace this with Leonor, replace this with like Vivace or something like that. Replace this support with like any Leonor support or anything else, and you have like kind of a Vivace deck. So why don't you just play a Vivace deck, you know? So yeah, what do we do with this deck? Well, he can restand stuff, and then you just make big columns with a combination of your Rosario Fairy and like I mean he does this before, right? Like so yeah, I don't know. I'll be real here. I made a preliminary deck with Graphia out of necessity, not because I'm very interested in this deck at all. And then the last deck we have is Juicy Fruity. Okay, you can already see, look, Juicy Fruity. This deck has so little support, it's like sad in a way. So what are its support? So Juicy Fruity is you make tokens and then you have 4 attacks, you get triple drive. But yeah, you make 4 attacks. Your last attack is on her attack. You make a token that will have like power, right? But then it'll also gain trigger effects from things you put on the Vanguard. So it's like mini Ultima. And when you bounce that token back to your hand, you draw a card. So technically, it's like a +1 because the token dies, but you call the token for free, right? So yeah, that's okay, and then you like draw 1 from that. So that's only the 1 token, so not too insane. What does that mean is like you don't have to run that much bounce in this deck. We run 7 bounces, so this is nice. This is from the Festival Collection, Grade 3. If you attack with the last, this is like an energy expenditure as well, so that works out pretty well. But yeah, if you attack with the last, you can like bounce that token, and then you can do the draw, right? And then if you have over 4 more damage, you can bounce 2 things. You can bounce her and that token, so you always have that combo going. It just means that like you don't need that much bounces. We also have Eureka. We all know what Eureka does. I think the main thing about Eureka, maybe you can swap the ratios now that when you think about it, because Eureka kind of works in the early games. You just throw stuff down and rush, which is like always better, I think. Other things like we have energy cyclers just for the extra energy expenditure, because this deck doesn't really use that much energy. Also the Asian as well. Some of her supports, I'm just running all of her supports, just, you know, because I feel I want to test it and see what's useful and what's not. This one is just extra shield. Extra shield is always good, but you put this into soul, so you make soul as well. So that's nice. This one is your CB/soul expenditure to get cards. And then, yeah, I think that's what you need to, because you don't really use that much resources overall. And then you also have one of this, which is a counter charger, but it goes to soul. So like this is kind of the trifecta, the triangle, right? You use anything that is spare to draw more cards and get 5k. And then you can call one from soul. Use soul to get like triple drive and call plant tokens, and then CB1 to make the 4th attack, and then this just makes soul and then counter charges. And then when you discard it, it goes to soul. So like I'm pretty sure you can change up this ratio. Like, what can you do? There's so many good generics in like standard. I mean, in lyrical for reals, you can probably change like this one. You can lower the ratios of this one just to see how it is. Like, just kind of play with the ratios and see how the game progresses, and where you're at, and then kind of lower the ratios for some of this, and then just run generics, like literally that, because lyrical is generic city. But yeah, that's like kind of all the decks this like today. It's, I think, like out of this, the crazy thing out of this set, there's like one deck that is hype. You know, I think everyone's super hyped about like the Liel, and then a bunch of fangirls are very happy, plus Derek, about you know, not Ignis, Magnus, Djeweled, whatever, right? So that's kind of it. That's scary. All these other ride lines seem so uninspired. You know, I don't know. There will be, if you look at the description, there will be like the things, the links to the decks. I'm sure you'll find things that you don't like, but let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you all next time. There's like a presentation coming up, so maybe we'll find something really cool there, or something disappointing. So yeah, that's it. See you later. Bye.